Hello, and here we are now, ready to. Hello. All right, everyone. All right, who's ready to take a. All right, who's ready to take a tour of Squarespace real quick? So, this is what it looks like when you're logged into your account and you're able to see all of the sites that you currently have either in trial mode or that you've purchased in Squarespace. The way to access the site that you want to work on is simply by mousing over that site and then clicking on it. So, when your site comes up, you're going to see something over here on the left-hand side. This is called your panel. We'll call it your control panel more specifically. The control panel is the place from which you navigate all of your editing, all of your processes in Squarespace. So on the left-hand side, you have your control panel, and then on the right-hand side, you have your actual site. Your control panel consists of several sections. You have the Pages section, Design, Commerce, Analytics, Settings, and Help. Let's take a quick look into each of these different subpanels. Let's start with Pages. All right, so here we have your Pages subpanel. As you can see, this is where all of your actual pages of your website live. Hence the reason why this is called your Pages panel. We're going to do a deeper dive into this Pages panel in a minute, but generally speaking, that is what the Pages panel is. This is where you're actually going to add content and to build your site. To get back to your control panel, simply click the Home button and the arrow in the top left corner. And here we are now back at the main control panel. Okay, let's take a quick peek at the Design subpanel. As you can see, when you enter the Design subpanel, there are several different options, including your style editor, an announcement bar, so you can have a cool announcement that appears at the top of the page, whether or not you want Squarespace badges and icons to appear on your site. You have your template, so you can change your template if you want, and then a place to upload your logo and title. We'll come back to the design page in a little bit as well, but this is what exists and lives here in the design section of the control panel. Next, we have the Commerce panel. In the Commerce panel, this is where you control the pricing of your orders, naming of your orders, how much inventory you sell, any discounts that you want, and payments that have been processed. Most coaches are not going to be using this feature. However, if you would like to sell something in the future, this is where you're going to manage your inventory, your orders, and your items. Let's talk about analytics. In the analytics panel, this is where we get to see some of the data about how our site is being used. Traffic overview tells us what's coming to our website and how much is coming to our website. Mobile usage tells us how many people are accessing our website via a mobile phone. We have RSS subscribers in case you have an RSS feed set up. Refers tells us who's driving to your website. Is it Facebook? Is it organic searches? Is it natural searches? Popular content lets us know what parts of the site are people visiting the most. Search engine queries tells you what are people typing in order to find your website. Site queries are what are people typing into the search bar on your website. And then your activity log is generally just a diagram of all of the activity that you have actually been going through in changing your site. So you can go back and see all of the work that you've been doing on your site. All right, so now here we are again back at the main control panel. Let's check out settings. Settings is where we go and do some of the more, I guess I'll call it the tactical stuff around your website. It's not where we control any of the main editing of your website or the design of your website, but this is where we have some of the general information about your business, where it is, permissions, and that's when you get to add other people to access your account. So for example, if you hire a web developer to do some custom work on your site, you could give them access to the site themselves so they don't have to use your login information. Billing an account, pretty straightforward. This is where you go to change your billing information and set up any details about your profile. Under website, we have the basic information, which includes your business name, etc. Domain names, and this is where we do your domain mapping. Your email, this is where you would set up your free Squarespace email. Connected accounts, that's for connecting your Facebook, social media accounts like LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube. Marketing, this is when we have the share button. So if somebody wants to be able to share your website with the world, this is where they do it. Blogging, we get into some more of the nuts and bolts around RSS feeds here. It's a little more technical stuff. Security are things like passwords, and advanced is where we would do more of that heavy coding. And then the commerce settings are all about how you want to set up your checkout page. So when somebody actually chooses to purchase a product, what will they see? Not in terms of design and copy, but more in terms of the functionality. Is it an express checkout, or are they going to have a more lengthy form? Notifications is how do you want to be notified when somebody's purchased something. Shipping is where you set your shipping prices. Your taxes is where you set your taxes by state or by country. And then donations is if you were taking donations for a charity. And then, of course, the almighty help. The help section is awesome in Squarespace. So you simply click on that and it takes you to Squarespace's help site. And as you can see, it's really robust. There's a community feature, video tutorials, as well as their own in-house produced articles. And I got to tell you that I refer to this oftentimes because they consistently update it. It's very up to date, and the content here is really valuable. So if you ever get stumped, this is always your first line of defense. All right, so now we're going to exit the control panel, and now as you can see, we are back to our home screen and our profile where you can see all of your websites, and that is your overview on the Squarespace panel feature.